This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
So it's just reading that 60% of us use some type of AI platform at least once a month. Is that you? Maybe more. For me, it's almost every day, if not every day, in some regard, some way. But here's the thing. With all that technology, many of us are gravitating toward anti-tech, meaning hobbies that we used to have, crafts, actually writing letters, making phone calls instead of texting. It seems that we're craving a human connection again and kind of embracing the technology, but at the same time keeping it at bay. We're going to talk about that today, the human connection, and also doing what you always wanted to do, but you keep putting it off. She has a lot of insight. Every time we get together, we run deep in a good way. She is Dr. Hadass Harel. She offers psychotherapy and so much more. And she does that worldwide, actually. She's based in Massachusetts, travels all over the place. She's abroad right now. Welcome back. How are you doing today?
Oh, it's so good seeing you, Steve. I had to deal with AI this week because there were no people to be dealt with. I had to change a ticket. I'm in Israel right now, and my flight was canceled because of the security situation in um, obviously, we're going to hopefully, I would say, hopefully, going to bomb Iran. But because of that, my flight was gone. And so I had to deal with AI because there were no humans to be had. There were no humans that could help me anywhere, in any country. And so AI had to change my flight to a flight that comes in the daytime and leaves in the daytime because crews can't sleep in Israel or anywhere in the Middle East. They have to get back to Europe before nightfall. So that was really interesting to get information from AI and have AI transfer my flight and have them actually do it correctly. But you know how they talk, you know how they say, rest assured. And, you are not assured when you're talking to AI.
Isn't it? Do you find this happens when you make a phone call to a company? I almost try to manifest or pray. Please, somebody answer. Please, somebody. Insurance
Let me
companies.
speak to a human and
Yes.
really voice detection. I dislike that more than anything. But at least this was a written chat, which is bad enough.
Yeah.
They did their job. I actually was able, with just 1 day delay, was able to order my meal and yeah, so it went through and it went through correctly because AI often makes mistakes and they didn't this time. So I was pleased with them. But we just want something that is real. We want something that is actually picked off a tree and has a flavor and grows in the ground and is dealing with a human.
Right.
Or at least something that grows, at least something that has, a little soil attached to it.
Do you feel it's in our DNA where we came from the earth essentially? We we were brought up eating fruits and vegetables like real ones,
Yes,
with no
real
pesticides.
ones.
So
Yeah.
where that's actually what we really crave. And then the human connection, where there was a point, I believe, where texting, when it first started getting popular, and even more and even more. It was like, oh, this is so convenient. I could just press a couple of buttons. I don't have to talk on the phone. It'll save a lot of time. This is great. Now, I think it's bit us in the butt where we look back at it now and say, I just want to talk to a human. I mean, how many times you get on the voice prompts, it's recognizing your voice, and you have to play its game. It funnels you through the way it wants to funnel you. When I'm on any kind of phone prompts, all I do is say the same word. You know what that word is? It's,
Representative.
oh my gosh, we think alike. Yes.
Yes,
Just
yes.
as it's like, well, I'd like to help you, but I need to route your call to representative, even as they try to channel you into something. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that drives me crazy. When you call a bank or somewhere they need validation of who you are. You give all that information in the beginning, the last four digits of your social, the last four digits of the account, blah, 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 blah. So they can route your call to the right person. And when you get the right person on the phone, you got to do it all over again. What is that?
Exactly.
What is that? What was the whole point of all this technology?
I suppose it's security, but at the same time, it is just futile.
Yes. And all of that, which was designed to save time, doesn't. If you just put a person on the phone and they're trained to expedite and get right to the point, hi, how can I help you? Blah, blah, blah. My flight got canceled. Can you? Okay, great. Give me your information, the flight, whatever, get right to it. Instead, if people were trained, but the challenge is not being negative, this is the way it is. Many times it's overseas because it's cheaper, and these people aren't properly trained, or we can't understand them, they
They
can't
have
understand
no
us.
clue.
Right.
And, sometimes, fortunately, if they're in a country I've been to, I can just switch to their language, speak to them in Hindi, find out what's going on in Bangalore.
Yes, that's assuming they've been properly trained over there, to move the call
Oh,
and
I
take care of
don't
the.
care about that. I want to know what's going on in Bangalore.
Just give me a human. Let's start with a human. Let's start there. So frustrating. Yeah.
I mean, we love humans. I talk to them about recipes. I talk to them about the temples. I don't even care about what I was trying to fix.
Well, if you're nice to somebody, they're going to be nice back to you. So that's the other part of it. If you establish a little connection with them, but first you need a human to do that. Do
Let
you?
me tell you, I had a plumber over here um, to fix some pipes. I had to get bypasses. This is a very old house. I had to get a bypass because my water was just it just filled the wall. Last week I opened a kitchen cabinet and a river came out of it.
Oh,
It was really unfortunate. But the plumber after that he kept coming. He kept coming. He came and retiled my whole bathroom because another plumber before that did a bad job for free. Then he came and he just came to talk. He came to bring me food. He just kept coming. So he came to work in my garden. People like making a human connection. So
hmm.
I was so impressed with the way he redid my pipes that he came to redo more pipes. Because he was just like, well, you really appreciate my work, and I have more of the material. So I ordered too much of the material, so let me just use it. Um, so yeah, I had him here for 4 days.
Wow. Well, you know what? It sounds like you created a relationship with this person.
Yes, yes, because I really like materials. And I like, I like copper. I really like tiling. I personally really like tiling. I tile the table myself. Um, and I like how things are made. And most people are not even home when a plumber comes to retile something.
Hmm.
So we usually just commission people to do stuff. We don't get excited about their craft. In the US, we have in my complex, we have an electrician who is a beekeeper.
Hmm.
And so he comes and rescues bee colonies and does really cool stuff like that. And all those things, all those lost arts, like we don't have enough people that get excited about stuff like that.
It's refreshing,
So
isn't it?
it's so good to be a person that can get excited and that finds time in our day
Hmm.
to get excited about things, to get excited about nature and to get excited about materials and to get excited about the way things are made. And I was always like that. Here, there's a hardware store that is, I mean, there is a Home Depot. Here, they call it Home Center, but it's a Home Depot.
Hmm.
But there's also the hardware store that is near my house that I used to go to when I was 3. And it's run by someone that used to work for the same guy that ran it when I was 3. And they get really excited that I'm a girl and I like the stuff. And there are 2 hardware stores in the whole town. Um, and they have all the stuff that I like to use. Yeah, I like to use. I like to use it for like my projects. So they always give me something when I go there. So it's really cute. Um, when I was young and I used to stay home alone, I used to go there, and it was like Disney. They used to give me a little bit, like a little container of like stuff to glue tiles with. And I used to make things.
Do you
Um,
see any of the people that you saw when you were younger still working there, or the sons and daughters of people maybe that were there when you
oh
were there?
yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, I was a little princess when I was young, and some of them, I mean, they're old. I see people who knew me when I was young, but they, yeah, they're really old, but they remember me
Mm.
and they get really excited.
You go there for a reason, for the human connection.
I go here for the human connection for sure. They get really excited. They get to see that I planted things and I revived the garden um,
Mm.
and they give me lengthy explanations about how things are made and they still give me free screwdrivers.
They care, and
And
bring
they
back
still give
memories.
me pieces of copper to try for what I'm trying to make. And um,
I used to go to a hardware store. This is going back. I want to think probably, I don't know, 30 years, somewhere around there. And it was in town where I lived. And it was wonderful seeing the family, the generations. You walk in, you explain what you need, got it right over here. They know where every little thing is. And it
exactly.
just,
Or they would say it's in the other store because they split the town.
or those times when you go into the big stores, the big home center type stores where you get that person. who, let's say you go for something electrical and you have somebody working in that department. Maybe they're retired and they used to be an electrician. It's so refreshing when they know their stuff and they just tell, yeah, I know exactly what you're doing. I'm here to help you out. It's wonderful. You just feel like you have a friend that has your back as you try to get, some things done.
Exactly. It's so good.
What do you do that would be considered old school in today's technology? For example, me, I use post-it notes. I put whatever, this is my to-do list for today. I will put it into a digital calendar, but I always back it up because as my day goes on and it's busy, here it is staring me in the face. It's almost like at 7 a.m., my dog wakes me up to go outside. He stares me in the face, like right in front of me, and there's no getting around it. It's like I can't tell him to, he's got to go out. So I just say, let's go. And he jumps off the bed and he's ready to go. But this is him staring me in the face to make sure I get it done. Um,
Yeah, because he has his agenda. He
and
has
he,
plans.
he has, you know what? This is what I learned that dogs have a job. They all have a purpose. They have a job. His job, like many dogs, is to go outside and sniff his territory. We think, they're just going outside just to go to the bathroom. So, no, this is his big,
No,
big, big
he's
thing.
taking stock of things.
Yes, that's his job. That's part of his job. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We all have a purpose, nice. The purpose, I would say, in that hardware store, those people, that is truly their purpose. What you do is your purpose. What I do is my purpose. Always wanted to do it since I was a kid. But the human connection, like keeping post-it notes, I wrote in my journal this morning with a pen, not typing. I still enjoy those types of things. Yeah, I'm reading more, and I'm trying to enjoy audiobooks. A lot of it is self-help and things like that. I don't do novels. Um, I find my attention doesn't stick like it does if I'm looking at a page in a book. I'm working on it, but at least I'm doing it. But what are you doing? What do you do that would be considered old school that people are getting back to now? What do you think?
Well, I do a few things that are very, well, first of all, I make my own food.
Okay.
I very rarely, I mean, I go out, but I go out rarely. I
Hmm.
make food. I don't get food that's made.
Which
I
is
make food
fantastic.
and people come and eat my food. I make almost everything and I grow my food.
Well, guess what? That's the way it used to be, right? Yeah.
And I grow my trees and I grow a lot of my food. Yeah. So I do that. It's just part of the way I live.
Hmm.
I also I well, I mean also my work. I work with people one at a time. I do a lot of
Well,
that.
you know what? Thank you for saying that. Wow. I took that for granted. What you do is a true with psychotherapy human
Traditional human
connection.
contact. I spend my entire day with people.
Wow. Okay. Never thought of it that
Um,
way. Yeah.
I have a routine. I go to the gym almost every day. I spend time in water. That's such a big part of my day almost every day. I spend a lot of time walking around, looking at things. I grow things. I meet people as I do that. I have people that I have regular contact with.
But think of this. What you do to help others, your profession. If that was AI, And as good as AI can get, it would never be the same. It wouldn't even be close. I can't even imagine AI getting
You
that good.
can't package that.
Right.
You
Right.
can't package that.
And I'm trying to, embrace the technology and thinking, okay, as good as it could ever get, what would that be like? Talking to a therapist that was artificial
And with
intelligence.
AI, it would be generic because it would say the same thing that I'm saying. Say it said what I'm saying in a session, but it would say the same thing at every session.
And it would not have empathy. How could it ever? And
Or
and
it
then
would say the same thing to every client.
yeah.
It would not discern specifically. It would not talk differently to different clients, or it would talk to the same client the same way all the time.
Now granted, somebody could have a somewhat similar situation compared to somebody else, but everybody's situation is unique.
Which is the whole business of diagnosing. It would match as do I. I match the client to their need, and so I speak to them, but there's also an intuitive business of this is what they need to hear.
Mm.
This is what intuitively comes out of me to say to them.
Well, you know what? The other part I think of is the energy. Now we talk about the exchange of energy. There's a certain energy that comes from somebody and back and forth. How are you ever going to get that vibration from AI? It is scientifically impossible, and that's part of the magic with the
Well,
human
those
connection.
AI things
Mm.
we talk to,
Yeah,
they are trying to be very empathetic.
yeah.
They are brimming over with compassion, supposedly. They keep telling you how sorry they are that you're having a hard time and you're frustrated. God
Yeah.
help us.
AI is telling me we're out of time. I'm not kidding.
That
Uh,
happened.
how do we connect with you? You help people, the one-on-one connection that we're talking about here. What's the best way to find you?
Well, there is the phone number 508-631-7649, which is also on WhatsApp. Um, and people can also contact us right here
Yep.
um, and suggest we talk about a particular topic.
Yes, instant feedback, steve@gmail.com. Best way to reach us.
And they can also find me on BetterHelp because BetterHelp now takes every type of insurance. And they can ask for me and they can get me as their therapist. So that is actually a very good way to
Beautiful.
have they can purchase like a package of a certain amount of sessions.
Thank you for the human connection today. Always love talking with you and safe travels too.
Yes, it's not next week. I have about 10 more days here,
Oh, okay.
assuming they don't shut the airport completely, which
Yeah.
could happen. But
Well,
we'll
uh,
hope for manageable travel.
positive positive vibrations for that. And we'll talk soon. Hadass, thank you so much for today.
Sounds good.
Thank you. All right. We'll be right back.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.